This is a Defocus Media production. What's up, everyone? It's your favorite optometrist, Dr. Daryl Glover.
And I'm Dr. Jennifer Lyerly, resident optometry nerd.
And welcome to Defocus Media, optometry's #1 podcast, where we discuss the hottest topics, latest technology, eyewear, practice management, and more. So sit back, relax, and defocus. I'm back. It's your favorite optometrist, Dr. Daryl Glover. What we're going to touch on next is remote care. And I'm here with Dr. Scott Seaburg. How are you doing today, my friend?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Thanks for having us. I would love to dive into this topic.
Yep.
You know, Helix is a game changer. Even hearing the name, it just makes you think differently and want to do things differently, right? But let's really get into the weeds of what this is all about when it comes to remote care, if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're happy to share today. So Helix has several products underneath it, one including the Vision X platform. That's going to be a full EHR, but today we're demonstrating the remote care platform specifically and focusing on that today. So
awesome.
Remote care in general for optometry as we move forward, very important for the industry. Doctor shortage across the country, going to only get worse as time goes on. So we need ways to spread the labor out and still perform comprehensive eye exams, and that's key, comprehensive.
I love that.
Optometry needs to own this space.
100%.
And so we need to do it the right way.
Yeah.
So we'll take you through and show you some things we'd like.
Yeah, let's walk through an experience,
All
man.
right.
Here.
That's great.
All right, we're going to head around this way.
We do have a patient, yep. So kind of a little bit to show. We have a little bit of a pretest area. Most importantly, what we like to do here at Essilor Exotica and Helix is we like to do a full slit lamp exam on our patients for a remote exam. So all the pretesting, all the digital equipment exports all data into our patient database. It's all stored in the cloud, secured, and then we like to take our patients in for a full slit lamp. So we train our technicians to get a real 4K video of our patient's cornea at
4K.
4K.
Wow.
And we ensure that the doctors have the clinical quality that they need to really truly evaluate the eye.
Very nice.
And that's key. We also do obviously retinal photos, ultra wide field to make sure that we get the full comprehensive view of that patient's retina. And then we have very large clinical database of equipment and pre-testing, including NCT, visual field, other items like that.
I love it. I love it. So let's kind of dive a little bit more into some of the equipment here.
Yeah.
I'd love for my colleagues to maybe get a better view of what all this looks like, how it works, all that jazz.
Yeah, so this is the Essilor SL650, and so it comes with the retinal camera. It's obviously a Zeiss model tower, and so it's a fantastic device. We've been very successful with it. It's also got the quality that we needed when we just started this project to ensure that we can do a full comprehensive exam at distance. The other thing that's nice about it too, having a full slit lamp in the exam room, is you can have an in-person doctor or a remote doctor, and it's interchangeable and easy for our doctors.
And I love that, because you may not do remote care every single day, right? And you don't want to, I don't want to say waste an exam lane, but you want to make sure that you get the biggest bang for your buck with that exam lane area, right?
Absolutely.
So that's a very important piece.
Exactly. And then you can use the photography and the videos for your in-person exams. It also has a dry eye module that attaches to it as well, so you can even do that mybography using this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So everything at my fingertips, literally right here.
Right here.
Wow.
Yep.
Game changer. Let's switch and pivot over to the phoropter.
Absolutely. So this is the Essilor Vision R 700, and so it uses a unique set of lenses inside, liquid crystal lenses that are actually our proprietary devices. And so when you're adjusting the power in the lenses, there's some servo motors that are adjusting the liquid crystal lenses to adapt for that prescription. It's interesting because it allows for a wider visual field for the patient. Yeah. They feel less claustrophobic, and then at the same time, it doesn't make the same clicking noises. It's more smooth for the patient. So we've had a lot of great feedback with it.
Well, I like it because it's very sleek.
Yes.
It's
much
very
smaller.
Futuristic, smaller.
Yeah.
And it adds a different dynamic when patients walk in. They're not seeing that old school phoropter that we're known to use, right?
Yeah, or the gigantic one that's...
Right?
Yeah.
Because some people, they want... You know what, I had this one patient come in, it was maybe 2 years ago, and I was using my phoropter, the old school one.
Yep.
And the lady, she was probably in her 60s, and she said, "You're using that thing on me?" Mm-hmm. And at that time, I was a younger millennial, and I was just kind of like, yeah. And I felt crazy, man. because she called me out. She said, I didn't have that the last place I went. So patients are actually seeking technology like this, and they are paying attention to what the technology looks like. So it's very important to make sure that your practice is up to date, and not something from the 20s or the 30s.
Exactly. I really think, honestly, if you think about the pre-test equipment through to the exam lane, digital is really becoming the gold standard.
Absolutely.
And so we need to make sure that, as all technology does, it gets better and smaller.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. I love it. I love it.
Absolutely.
So let's dive into a case. Are we able to play around with the toys?
We're able to play around a little bit. Yeah. I mean, so now our system is cloud-based. I'm just going to go ahead and start a patient here.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to select our patient for the day, and we're going to go ahead and resume the exam. And so, there we go. There we go. There we go. So from a pre-test standpoint, we run them through all of the pre-tests they would normally do for an in-person exam.
Okay.
A level above, because everyone gets retinal photography.
Right.
And then everyone does a screening visual field.
Gotcha.
Right.
Oh, wow. Screening visual field.
Absolutely. Well, you have to assess.
Yes.
Yes.
Comprehensive.
Comprehensive. That is key.
See, that's that OD talk, that optometrist talk. And that's the thing I love about Essilor Instruments is that you guys incorporate the optometrists in the conversation because we know what we need in the exam lane.
Yeah.
And when you combine the optometrist knowledge in a company that's full of innovation and technology, that's the best marriage to have.
Absolutely. Even this Helix Vision X remote care, it is entirely doctor driven. I've been working on it for 4 years.
Nice.
And we have a large advisory board of doctors as well, so it's driven from the industry and the eye care professionals themselves.
I love it.
It's great.
I love it.
It is. So all the data is digitally sent to our patient's profile, including our auto refraction data, inclusive of the images or any images that come from the devices.
Yeah.
Including all the videos. Everything is saved into this patient's profile.
Nice.
Also including our slit lamp videos are exported. We have our own proprietary compression software that allows for those videos to transmit quickly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because that's an issue.
It is an issue, especially when you're dealing with 4K, and you're transmitting data up to a cloud somewhere and a server somewhere, coming back down to your office. It needs to be fast.
And as you know, as an optometrist, every second counts.
Every second.
So even if you have to, go from here to here and it takes 5 seconds, you do that times X amount of patients a day, X amount of patients a week, X amount of patients a year, that's going to create a bigger problem with access to care. And it's also going to impact your bottom line as a business owner as well. So I love that you guys really honed in on that gap that I saw in the past.
Efficiency is key.
Yes.
Comprehensive, but also efficient.
Absolutely.
And that's the balance, and you have to find it.
You're speaking my love language.
Hey, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and pretend we're the doctor now.
Yeah.
So we'll come on in. So the idea here is we're a doctor sitting at, either in an office somewhere, and in between my in-person patients, I'm seeing remote patients.
Okay.
Or I am a doctor that works exclusively out of the office, seeing patients that day.
Gotcha.
And it looks very similar to our technicians form, but basically the key is that these are all of the exams that this doctor could see based on their license, what stores you've attached them to, what insurances they're credentialed for. So you have a lot of ways of customizing, for a one-store practice or even a multi-chain, multiple doctors.
Right.
And so we have ability to make that flexible for the practice owner.
So let me make sure I'm getting this right. Small or large, you can customize it to whatever you need.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Additionally, Helix is going to provide doctors as a service. So we have a pool of doctors that are all already in our system, trained, credentialed.
Gotcha.
And they are able to see patients on behalf of your practice through a professional service agreement.
Okay.
And what that allows for is say you're a practice and like you said, you're adding in a day.
Yeah.
But paying for a full-time doctor, you may not have the patient volume for that.
Right.
Using doctor as a service, you're going to see those 3 exams. You're only going to pay for those 3 exams.
Gotcha.
Because this doctor is already seeing these other patients.
Right.
So the labor is being spread out, but also the labor costs are being spread out.
Yes.
So if you're expanding your practice and growing it, you can do so with keeping your costs down.
Nice.
Because you're not paying benefits, you're not paying all that. It's just it's what we need to do as we expand and continue to think.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to pretend that this doctor has been given the patient. So I'm sitting here, I have a new exam available, it pops up here. So from a doctor perspective, I now have to capture this patient. So I'll connect with them. Now, the way our our system is set up is we don't allow for doctors to pick and choose.
Okay.
You get whatever patient is assigned to you.
Oh, nice.
And what's good about that is it's equity.
Yes.
Because you're not a mad scramble for the 20-year-olds.
Right.
If you get a 65-year-old that's got glaucoma, you get a 65-year-old that's got glaucoma.
That.
We're not playing games.
I love that.
Additionally, it allows for the doctor to see all of the information that this patient's had in previous exams within the system. You can obviously import previous data if you install this. And then you got the whole case history. We also allow the doctor to initiate the call. So if it takes me, a very complicated history, it might take 5 minutes to review.
Sure.
If it's quick and easy, it might take 2.
Okay.
And so a doctor is going to look at, obviously, the pretest data that we have inside, medication history, just like we would for an in-person exam. Yeah. Being able to look at the topographical maps, and then looking into also the ocular health, the slit lamp videos, to see what the eye looks like. We can expand this, and I can go full screen. I can stop it where I need to. I can increase the speed. But this is, and this is on a very large screen, so this is even less quality than our doctors normally see on the small. So we're able to really evaluate the health of the eye at a high level and quickly.
And that's the thing that I love, because as optometrists, historically, we've always been data gatherers.
Yes.
Now, we remove going in and doing this test and doing that test, and we have the whole picture in front of us, which allows us to produce a better health outcome.
Yeah.
Because everything's at our fingertips. We can spend more time doing this, that face-to-face interaction, and that patient is happier, and we can build, and that's going to create more loyalty to the practice, but it's also going to create an unmatched patient experience and journey as well.
Yes. I always relate it to it's a board's question.
Okay.
You get a case history.
Yes.
What's wrong with them? I have all the data.
Yes.
I have their lensometry, I have their auto refraction, I'm going to have their refraction. Before I even see this patient, I should be able to identify.
Know what's cooking up.
It's a board's question.
Yeah.
So, it's something that all of our new grads and all of us, we are all prepared for.
Absolutely.
We've already done this.
Absolutely.
So it's, it's wonderful. So I'll go ahead and start this call, connect with our patient. And from the patient side, they have a consultation screen that they'll see on their end, and it's going to have a combination of, here's our view of the patient, here is the, and then on their side, they have a view of us. So it's always live, we always have a connection, and it's synchronous, which is key.
Yes.
You have to be live face-to-face. You don't do any asynchronous, you can't do that comprehensively. And again, this allows us to, in a lot of states, create that patient rapport and that patient-provider relationship.
Right.
Because as long as it's synchronous, we can do that.
Absolutely.
Once we've started this connection, we're going to go ahead and obviously we train our doctors to, treat this like they walked into the room. So what are you, hi, I'm Dr. So-and-so, what can I do for you today? Whatever they normally say, do that. Additionally, when you're on screen, we talk about screen side manners versus chair side manners. You need to be a little more elevated.
That's a good conversation to have. I like that.
Because if you just sit kind of stiffly, you come off as stiff. But if you're energetic, you move your hands a little bit, that's all it takes.
Nice.
So we train them on that. And then at this point, we've talked to the patient, we've gone over their history, assessed their needs, and then the technician in the room will put the phoropter in front of the patient, and then we would go ahead and begin the refraction.
I love it.
So from a doctor perspective, we'll just launch the prescription. We'll go down to our refraction area, and then we have our phoropter control already live. So we've got our lensometry and our auto refraction already in here. And so we just choose our starting point, and then we go from there. So let's go here. So this system, again, we are remoting control of that VR700 in the lane.
Right.
And it's specific to that one. So, I could have a lane with a VR700, and I could have a VR800 in the next lane. It's specific to that office, that lane.
Okay.
So everything is very smart that way. This system I love because the machine actually refracts in 100 diopters.
Okay.
But it outputs in quarter.
Oh, nice.
So you'll see here we have a 1.05.
Right.
Right. And as I toggle the phoropter and I ask her which is better, 1 or 2, and then I make a choice, it will change in 100 diopters. But when I get that reversal, it'll finalize it into a 1, and that cylinder is adjust that down to a more reasonable level.
Minus 7 seal, that's a lot, my friend.
That is a lot.
But we see it.
That's a lot for anybody.
We see it. Yeah.
We do, especially. So it does, everything within sphere, sill, and it comes to a nice balanced refraction for us in a quick, efficient way. But it's using that advanced technology at the 100th diopter level, giving us the best quarter diopter output for that patient. Yeah. All right, so we'll say that refraction's complete there. I'll stop it, and then I'll go ahead and save that. And then again, I will export that prescription. And again, that will go right into this patient's profile.
Nice.
And then from here, we're going to get this data in at some point, and then we'll start creating the prescription, because this is where it's really important to build credibility with your patient as a doctor.
Yes.
So especially when you're remote. So how do you talk about lenses? How do you talk about disease and treatments?
Yes.
When you're in that situation. So what we've done is we have created a consultation system within the program that allows us to not only create several prescriptions, including, talking about computer intermediate, reading, sunglasses, safeties, contacts, all, but it gives us the ability to talk about our add-ons as we're doing it. So for example, if we want to talk about progressives, I have the ability to share my screen with them and show them instead of them. So they're seeing this, so I'm talking about it while they're seeing it, they're hearing it, they're understanding. We've come a long way from drawing on Post-it notes. So this is a way to really talk about the lenses and what a progressive is and how to explain it to a patient.
This is a game changer. But now I can no longer say my funny joke that don't judge me because I'm not Picasso, right? Now I actually have something I can actually show them that's more real world experience.
You're not drawing
game changer.
Sorry. Photochromic transition lenses, obviously. I mean, you could show them in the optical, but this is a way to really have them understand it as if it was a lens in front of them as you're describing the value and the benefit of it. So again, what I've done now is even though I'm remote, they feel like I know what I'm talking about. I've shown them what I'm talking about, and my recommendation carries more weight. So we have seen with our remote exams a higher conversion because of this.
Absolutely.
We also have a disease and treatment section in case we do encounter some disease we need to describe, especially if there's a parent in the room or maybe an older child with the parent. So in case they have an issue with their retina, it's important to explain, PDR, a little bit of an extreme case, but for them to understand
what's going on.
What are they really seeing? So this is kind of like what their parent or the disease, what's happening as PDR is affecting them. So it's a way to explain what we're seeing. And we have this for floaters, macular holes, and an anatomy and effect. AMD effect is a good one.
Well, the thing that I love about this is that the videos are short, sweet, and concise. It's not a whole movie that we got to sit down and watch the entire time.
No, it's not. It's just it's a quick understanding of what we're talking about. And our doctors, as we encounter disease, they do one or two, but really they focus on the lenses and explaining that to the patient.
But the reason why I love this is because we have to be able, as optometrists, to bring together the medical piece and the retail piece.
Absolutely.
This is now a platform that brings both of those together, brings that marriage together so that the patient can understand it better and see. Most people are visual learners. I think about 80% the last stat I saw. I believe I'm correct. So when you think about that, that's a lot of patients. So how can you connect with them? How can you make sure that they understand what you're talking about? Having a platform like this where you marriage both of those things together is a game changer that our patients
Absolutely. Going back to comprehensive, so let's say we did find some disease. Okay, I'm in Washington State, my patient's in Ohio. Am I Googling? What am I doing? Right? Am I Googling an ophthalmologist?
What are we going to do for referrals,
we're not. We're going to go. We have a referral system built into it. What we've done is when you set up your office in the practice, you can choose and create a referral network. So if you have a vision therapist, general OD, ophthalmology, retina, whatever the specialties that you refer to on the regular basis at that location, you then can have any remote doctor anywhere know, I need to refer to retina. Retina, and they choose retina in this referral.
I love this.
Generates the document, patient signs it, we send it on. And then it counts and tracks for that. So it's important that we, again, put everything in our comprehensive care, have it at our fingertips, make it easy for everybody, and smooth.
Well, at the end of the day, everybody's winning. The patient, number one, is winning, but the doctor is winning greatly as well. And then when you think about all the contacts of the front desk or your eyewear consultant, I need this referral, now you've streamlined that entire process to just make it so much easier.
Absolutely.
I love this.
Exactly. And this is, again, only our remote care platform, but as we expand and continue to grow, it's going to include our Vision Web services, our CLX, our CM. So it's going to become a full suite, again, making it easy for our doctors, our practices, have everything in one box to run their practice and not do a modular,
we don't have to work in silos anymore.
For patient
together.
care. Exactly.
I love it.
So,
well, hey, man, this has been fantastic. I really appreciate you breaking this down from top to bottom. For all my colleagues out there that have been listening and watching, make sure you reach out to an Essilor rep and have this conversation with them. As you can tell, this is going to streamline the entire patient journey. It's going to take it to the next level. But most importantly, also, as an optometrist, it's going to make your life easier. And it's only going to get better as they continue to build out this module and these units. So thank you so much, man.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. I can't wait to see you next time because I know you're going to take it to the next level with this conversation.
It's going to get better as time goes on.
Awesome. It's your favorite optometrist, Dr. Daryl Glover. Stay healthy, stay positive, stay blessed. Until next time, peace. It's a wrap. Thank you dearly for hanging out with the Defocus Media team. We hope truly something resonated with you. And if it did, be sure to give us 5 stars. And make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, you named it. And our handle is at Defocus Media on all platforms. And until next time, be sure to keep it 2020. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.